Hi, my name is Irina and welcome to Beyond Paths. Today we're going to talk about a personal project in which I created 3 design styles for 1 bedroom. These styles are trending right now, so I thought I would try and recreate something based on them. And these styles are the following: Japandi, country fusion, and industrial. They're all contemporary interpretations, and I put my own twist on them. So let's dig in. So shout out to our cat in the back there. She's pretty busy as well, but she's gonna be here for all of it. So Japandi is a design combination of the Scandinavian functionality and the Japanese minimalism. The style relies mostly on clean lines, bright spaces, neutral colors, and softness. The color palette is very neutral and muted to create a sense of warmth and calm. The furniture is mostly based on natural materials, so preferably wood, cotton, stone, marble, stuff like that. It's also preferred that the space is cozy and warm to recreate that sense of hygge that comes from the Scandinavian side. If you don't know what hygge is, it's basically the sense of comfort, coziness, whatever makes you happy, and that you can recreate with all sorts of materials, blankets, fuzzy carpets, candles, low lighting, a lot of plants, all while maintaining the Japanese elegance. So to sum up the entire thing, what you want if you want to recreate a Japandi style is essentially natural materials, comfort, coziness. You can bring the nature in with all sorts of plants, and it has to be clean and minimal, so not a lot of clutter there, and to keep it a low-key lighting. What inspired me to approach the country fusion is because I've seen a lot of examples lately of a lot of designs combining all sorts of materials and patterns, and I thought it would be a really interesting thing to approach in a more modern way, because you don't necessarily have to stick to the style entirely. You don't have to be 100% committed, because there are some elements that maybe you don't like, or maybe they just don't fit anymore. I wanted to combine a few modern elements with the theme. So I kept the traditional wood paneling style and the patterned tapestry, and I combined them with a few different materials. But before we get into it, let's define the style a little bit. So essentially, the country fusion uses a lot of antique thrifting, which it's a fun activity. If you have a lot of places around you where you can go thrifting, or you can just use Facebook Marketplace or Etsy, although that's more pricey. In terms of pattern combinations, I kept it within the walls and the floors, and a few accents here and there when it came to pillows or just decor in general. I also wanted to do a few of original pieces. If you can find something that you can recondition, or if you find all sorts of artwork that you're into, those would be some really interesting elements that you can add to the room. And as I was saying, I kept the traditional floors and ceilings. If your house has some more interesting tiles or wooden floors, keep the originals, as always. Ugh, I need the glasses. My eyes really hurt. The industrial style is a very interesting one to approach. It originated in the late 19th century and the early 20th century from old factories that were being abandoned, and the factories or the industrial buildings were transformed then into housing. And so that was one of the reasons why it became so popular, because architects decided to keep the intricate and interesting original materials like brick walls, concrete floors, and so on. It is mostly a fuss-free, no-nonsense decor style, It is defined by the architectural elements of the place, but it is raw and finished and casual. The main color scheme is very monochromatic. It's mostly whites, grays, and black, with few accent colors here and there from artworks or pillows or that sort of thing. So to sum up the industrial style, it's mostly open format spaces that you can combine with high contrast pairings, heavy use of metals, exposed surfaces, modern and antique furniture. We're gonna start with the Japandi, which I'm really happy with. I think for me it's hard to not overcrowd the space sometimes, and if it is clean and minimal, I feel like I haven't done enough. But hopefully this captures the essence of the design style with the clean lines, the wood finishes. I wanted to add a unique twist to it with the brass side table. But the space feels warm, it feels bright and open, and you get a sense of calm from being here, and I think that's the essence of Japandi style. Next up we have the country fusion, which I had so much fun with. It was really fun to play with the colors and patterns and combine all sorts of materials. The main element obviously in this space is the bed, which is the centerpiece. So the room has a few antiques, starting with the chair in the corner, the mantle, and the giant mirror in the corner. It also has some nice painting frames that you can probably thrift or you can recondition. But the rest of the room has a lot of modern elements as well, starting with the lamps and the side tables and the bed, which is obviously more modern. The last design is one of my favorites, I think, out of the bunch, and that is the industrial design. Extremely modern and extremely attractive. I think you can do that with a lot of elements, from the concrete floors, the pattern walls, and the metal elements that are at the end of the bed. I also paired it with an abstract painting that I thought was the coolest pop of color. Let me know what you think. I really enjoy making these. It is again a personal project. It is up for interpretation, and essentially it's about fun and learning a few things. So let me know which one was your favorite design out of the three, and see you soon.